I don't know what it is with games coming out nowadays, multiverses, Rumbleverse, yada yada yada, but give me more of them. Seriously, I'd never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually enjoying a battle royale game for once in my life. If you guys haven't heard of it yet, I'm talking about Rumbleverse. Now I know what you're saying down there in the comments. Quick, come on, dude, I thought you were cultured. A battle royale of all things? But hey, just hear me out. Honestly, the bread and butter of battle royales is still there. An arena? Check. Tiered loot? Check. An ever-closing ring that gets smaller and smaller to force all of the competitors into one place? Give me another check. So yes, it has all the regular things that a battle royale would have, but what I find most interesting about Rumbleverse is its gameplay. Essentially, it's a fighting game made battle royale. That would be the best way I can describe it, because in order to get really good at this game, you need to grasp the fundamentals of its rock, paper, scissors based combat system. Loot be damned. I've always hated that aspect of battle royales. If you have a gray gun because of shit tier loot, or just a run of bad luck or what have you, and you go up against someone with purple tiered loot, 9 times out of 10 you're getting absolutely clapped in a matter of seconds. Of course, there's still some semblance of skill involved with shooters because of aim, movement, and things like that, but if you're getting shot first by someone with a higher tiered gun, you'd be hard-pressed to make a comeback. With guns out of the equation, we go back to the rock, paper, scissors based system within Rumbleverse. Regular attacks beat grabs, guarding beats regular attacks, and grabs beat guarding. It's a system as old as time itself, but hey, don't fix what ain't broken, right? There are still these books that teach you different tiered techniques that do varying amounts of damage depending on what tier you end up picking up, and they definitely do help during battle, but not nearly as much as it would within any other battle royale. If you go up against someone that understands how to block attacks, dodge grabs, and mix up with their own offensive options, those purple tiered techniques you have aren't going to mean much of anything. But then on top of all of that, height also plays a significant role within battles, and I don't just mean having the high ground. You can tackle people off ledges, punch them off buildings, you name it, and the greater a distance your enemy travels vertically, the more damage you do. So you constantly need to be aware of your surroundings in both an offensive and defensive manner. It's really pretty genius when you think about it. And then on top of all of that, there are also different power-ups you can find dispersed along the map that upgrade your health, stamina, and damage output respectively. But you can't just pop these things willy-nilly like a six-pack a monster. No, that's a surefire way to get yourself to the emergency room. You're only allowed a maximum of 10 points to distribute across your health, power, and stamina. So wait a minute, now there's a bit of a meta where you have to think about, okay, do I want to go the tank route and just be a full-on HP and stamina monster so that I can take a lot of hits and run like the wind when I need to? Or do I want to be a glass cannon and just go full power and just absolutely wipe the floor with my enemies in a few punches, but be equally vulnerable in return? I think it's a super interesting system that rewards players who think about what role they want to play during combat, especially during a duos match. But I'm still not done. Then you have Super Mode, which adds yet another layer of complexity to the whole thing. As you knock out your opponents and collect these little blue star things around the map, a gauge will build up, eventually allowing you to turn Super Saiyan mode. In this mode, you do increased damage as well as have a constant health regen for as long as the mode lasts. But my favorite part about this mode is the goddamn primary lotus you get to do on your enemies when you catch them off guard, and the animation for it is just absolute hype. I pretty much am always screaming, "Ah!" whenever I do it. What can I say? I'm a Naruto fan, can you blame me? And then you can use objects in the environment to bounce off of while you're doing the primary lotus to go higher and higher as you're spinning them around until eventually slamming them into the ground for over 1,000 damage, which is a lot in this game. And it is so satisfying to execute, partly due to how hard it is to pull off, and also how satisfying it is to watch. And the super mode can also be used as a defensive option too. If you're low on health and you know you're going to be KO'd soon, you can save your super mode for an automatic revive so you can get right back into the action. Honestly, this battle royale is one of the only ones that feels so incredibly skill-based instead of luck-based like most battle royales because of the variety of options you have at your disposal when it comes to the gameplay. But I do have one major problem with Rumbleverse, and despite all the praise I've been heaping on it so far, it's a pretty damning issue for the game. Some attack priorities make absolutely no sense within Rumbleverse and feel super inconsistent, especially when you add weapons and things like that into the mix. For instance, let's say a dude is going for a grab in his super mode, and I go in for a drop kick. Theoretically, based on our rock, paper, scissors deal we talked about earlier, my drop kick should beat his super grab. And sometimes, yeah, that is the case. But other times, whether it be due to my attack not registering or utter wizardry server side, I get grabbed and punished for massive damage when I should have been the one to win that exchange instead. Then there are other times where you clearly dashed away from an enemy but then they teleport grab you. And these two examples are just one of the many different ways this type of problem would occur during combat. For a game that relies on a rock, paper, scissors fighting system and split-second decision-making, this needs to be sorted out ASAP. Although I wonder if it's a problem that can even be solved. Apparently the game already has rollback netcode, but according to this thread on Reddit, which I'll link in the description describing basically this exact same problem, the netcode for this game is why this is happening. Shoddy connections exacerbate the problem, of course, but again, in a game where you need to have really quick decision-making in order to punish properly, play defensively, whatever the situation may be, I want my loss to be fair and because I made a mistake, not because of some weird connection issues or some shoddy netcode. With that being said, this game is still very much new to the scene, and these problems may be ironed out further down the line as more and more people begin to give it a try. And hell, it's free to play, so why not give it a try and let me know what your experience with Rumbleverse has been down in the comments below. A big thank you to Paul Newhouse, my first patron over on Patreon. Thanks so much for the support, I really appreciate it. If you'd like to be featured in one of my future videos on the channel, then head on over to my Patreon and support me for as little as $1 a month. I'd really appreciate it. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, or Rumbleverse's netcode ain't ever getting fixed.
Oh, you're fucking winning this shit.
Let's go! Wait, what? Oh, he's still alive. Sit the fuck down, bitch. Sit the fuck down, bitch. Sit the fuck down. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I'm fucking done with this game after that.
How many limbs did you get?
Fuck, how many did I get? Oh. Oh.
Jesus.
Oh my god, I went nuts.
Crossed.
I went nuts. Oh, that's it. That's an upload. Oh, that's an upload. Hi, YouTube.